Hey, I'm David Cole. Across the screen from me is Christian Cole, and we are Gen X Unhinged. What do you know, Christian?
Good morning. How's everybody doing this wonderful Wednesday morning?
You know, I got to tell you, we're back in Oregon, and it started raining this morning. Go figure.
Right. Well, that's pretty standard. It's raining here too, so we're good.
Really? Because when we went through there, it was like 150 degrees. It was crazy hot.
Right. Oh no, right. Well, no, it's gonna rain for the next 4 days, but in California we get it. We get a lot of April showers. You know what I mean? I mean that's pretty standard. I mean it is April 1st, April Fool's Day, the only day that you can take CNN credibly. So we celebrate that. Also, it's my anniversary to my beautiful wife. I love you very much. 11 years today.
Wow.
So that's kind of a big deal. I'm excited.
Good job.
About that.
Good job.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on with Facebook and you?
What do you mean what's going on? Nothing's going on. I'm shut down. I'm in absolute Facebook jail. I can't do anything. It's funny. I called the supervisor yesterday, and I talked to this lady. And I'm talking to this lady on the phone, and I said, okay, so what's going on? She goes, well, you have a block. I said, okay. I said, well, what's my block? And she said, well, your block is, well, we don't really know. I said, oh, okay. I said, what do you mean you don't really know? She goes, well, you got this block where you can't share anything anywhere other than your own personal page, and you can't connect to your followers, and you can't basically do anything. I said, okay. I said, so you can't tell me why I'm on the suspension? And she goes, no. And I said, okay. I said, well, when will I come off the suspension? She goes, yeah, we don't know that either. I said, oh, okay. So you don't know when I'm going to come off the suspension. You don't know why I'm on the suspension. She goes, yeah. I said, okay, so how will I know when I'm off? She goes, well, just go in about 3 days. Don't do anything. Don't post anything. And then in about 3 days, go in and test it. Go to your group and try to post something in your group, a test. I said, okay. And I said, so when I go and do that, if it doesn't go through, what happens? And she says, well, you'll get suspended again. I said, oh, okay. So if I go in and test to see if I'm suspended on the suspension that I don't even know that I have, I get resuspended on top of that suspension for going against the suspension in the first place. Dude, it is so screwy. AI is out of control. AI, I'm telling you. And so I said, well, can we go in? Can we do something? I pay a lot of money a month to be part of Facebook. I pay a lot. I mean, we pay a lot. And she says, well, it can't be manually overridden. And I said, oh, what do you mean it can't be manually overridden? She goes, well, it's all through AI. I said, okay. I said, so it's through the programmers. And she said, yeah. And so I got really frustrated. I actually hung up on the lady.
You got frustrated?
Money. Oh yeah.
You never get frustrated.
Never. But yeah, I got really frustrated with her, and I was like, I don't know what country you're from. I said, but the amount of money that I'm paying and losing right now would support your family for a year. I said, I know it's not a lot of money where you're from. I know it's not a lot of money from from the United States, but from Malaysia or wherever you're from, that's like 37 goats and a bottle of chickens or something. You know what I mean? I mean, you can support your whole family. You can go to like these foreign countries and get house servants. You paying them, so they're employed. But like $10 a day, and they clean your house and make you dinner. But $10 a day in a foreign country, that's a lot of money. We don't see it like that.
Well, but even just the whole principle of it, because Facebook is supposed to be free, but to do different things like we're doing, we're paying about $150 a month now. Not a crazy amount of money, but if we can't do any of the stuff that we're paying to do, what are we paying the money for? And that's where it just is like, what's going on?
That's basically, So I'm really upset about it, and then it got me on this whole thing about thinking about, how AI and we talk about AI a lot, and people are so worried that AI is going to take jobs, and I understand that. But then I got to thinking down the pathway of, AI is scary because it's paid for. Like, it can be bought. You know what I mean? Like, we have people
Right.
in Congress, and we have people in the Supreme Court, and we have police officers, and we have all these people in authoritative positions, and they're there because they're good people, and not all of them. I mean, there's some that are bad and they're corrupt, and that comes with the territory.
Right.
Okay. But when you have one, like when you have like Nancy Pelosi, she's corrupt, right? She can only do so much. But when you're paying for AI, and AI has control of an entire group of people, billions of people. I mean, Facebook is that big. People don't understand
Exactly.
how Facebook really is, but it has control of that many people, and they control the narrative by the programmers. So whoever they pay to program it, that programmer controls the narrative, and by controlling the narrative, they control the people. I understand we don't have any First Amendment rights on private platforms, and I think that should change. I really do. I feel that, and they can do whatever they want in their country, but in the United States, it shouldn't be that way. We should have some control over it, because it's so one-sided. And if a company is going to make money within the United States of America, we should have some control over that platform in some way, shape, or form, because it's just not right. And especially if they're charging money to run political ads or to have political figures on these platforms, the First Amendment rights should fall upon these platforms 100%. Because if they're going to talk politics and they're going to promote politics, then it's just not. I mean, freedom of press, I get it. I understand it, and we need to have it. We really need to have it. But in reality, you can't have it both ways. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, when you get to a point where you're so big, that the United States needs to step in and say, look, you've got all these people. That's great. You're making $1 gajillion. You need to back. You can't pick a side. You know what I mean? Freedom of the press is freedom of the press, but it's not freedom of the press when you only let one side of the press talk.
Right.
I
don't know. You're kind of starting to sound like a Democrat, though, because you're saying I want to have more government involved in this platform.
Well, no, but we have the FCC, and I've always been supporting of the FCC. Always,
Okay.
always.
Sure.
So I don't want that. Like, I don't want that, but I want an even playing field. That's all I want. I don't want control. I want an even playing field. You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to do this, like, I see this bullshit being pushed all the time on Facebook from Occupy Democrats and all these other places. They don't ever get in trouble.
Right.
I mean, it's stupid. It's just, frustrated. But, it is what it is. But that makes AI very scary. I mean, and then that's from a perspective of control. It makes it very, very scary. And that's why, AI, like they talk about it a lot, and how it's going to take jobs. It's not so scary that it's going to take jobs, because at the end of the day, AI can't show up to your house and fix a pipe. Okay. I mean, it's not going to happen. But just the control of the narrative, and that's the crazy part about it. And the thing of it is, we don't even know how much control they really have, because we don't know how many people are really out there being squashed the way I'm being squashed right now.
Right.
I mean, I have a big reach. We have a big reach. I mean, we were almost to 40 million views a month. I mean, and then all of a sudden, nothing. I mean, literally nothing. We are completely in a box. I can't even message myself. I can't even send clips via Messenger right now. If I try to message you a clip that I found, it won't let me.
Right.
Yes, you can't use that right now. Really? I can't use that right now? Okay. Right. I mean, that's how, and I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't said anything wrong. I don't comment much, because I get in trouble for that. I don't comment much. I don't have attitude much. I really don't. Because I know that this can happen. I mean, the furthest out of the box I get is on this show, so it's just a scary thing.
Yeah. I agree. And so for those of you that are part of the Gen X Unhinged Facebook page and the group, it's going to be a little bit slower, at least for posts from Christian and for a little bit. Hopefully just a few days, though. I mean, they did leave that door open.
Right.
It might just be a few days.
Well, the problem is I can't test it.
I understand.
There's no, and then it's like, hey, you're in jail for this, and we're not going to tell you why. We're not going to tell you how long. But you can ask for parole. But if you ask for parole, we're going to give you 10 more days. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's the dumbest shit ever. Oh,
you can ask, but it will cost you. So
yes, exactly. Hey, exactly.
I noticed
people
you have
can't even share. Dave, people can't even share my post to groups. And that's how bad it is. I'm like in handcuffs. But that's all right.
Yep.
Yeah, they try to stop Jesus too. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I'm not comparing myself. Don't take that wrong. I'm not comparing myself to that. But I'm just saying they ought to try to stop everybody.
Yep.
I just want to be very clear on that. Hey, did you check out the new shirt?
I was going to say, I noticed you have a nice new shirt on.
Look at that. We the people. Got it right here. Got a flag. Oh, yeah. This thing is great.
You're looking sharp. And that's like a dry fit, you said?
Yeah, it's a dry fit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's really light. It's like a fishing shirt, a golf shirt. It's great.
Yeah.
It's great. High quality, too. Surprisingly enough.
Well, let's run a commercial. Go ahead, G-Man. Go ahead and put a commercial right there.
Gen X Unhinged. Get your bling now.
All right. So, what's going on right now in Iran? I think Trump's getting a little bit tired of this. I don't know about you.
Well, I know there's going to be an announcement tonight. I know that they were just talking about it on the news this morning. So, I mean, I don't know. War is war. It's still a police action as far as I know. Did you know that the Korean War was a police action?
Well, only because I watched MASH, the show, and they always said that on MASH, that this is a police action. So
yeah, it was never a war.
Yeah, never a war.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
I don't know. Something's got to be done. Let's just keep it up. I saw a video today. It was really funny. It was a guy at the No Kings protest, and he asked this lady, he said to her, and I quote this because it's really funny. He said, "So don't you think it's a little homophobic that we are talking about the Straits of Hormuz and not the gays of Hormuz?" And the lady goes, "Yeah, that is really extremely homophobic. I can't believe that." Dude, I was dying. And she was serious. I was like, you are the dumbest people on the planet. Like, you shouldn't even be allowed to carry a sign. Like, that's how stupid you really are. So I just thought that was really funny. But,
I saw a pretty good picture that had this couple standing on the corner for No Kings, and it says, it calls Trump all the terrible names it calls it, and then the lady's sign says, "Flip me off if you voted for Trump." And I thought that was pretty good. That was at least creative.
Right. No, I agree. I agree completely. and it just I don't know. But this is the thing. I mean, he's either going to say that there was an unconditional surrender, or he's going to say the fight goes on. That's what, because he's already sworn and he's already proven his point over and over and over again. He is not going to tell you what he's going to do.
Right.
Because you just don't do that. That's like calling the opposing coach in a football game and saying, "Hey, here's my play schedule." You know what I mean? It's just,
Hegseth got asked that's a very similar question the other day. And he said, "Hey, Combat 101, you don't tell your enemy what you're going to do. So we can't just tell you what we're going to do." Right?
Right.
So it's just, it's all, but anyway, so I've been on Twitter. We've talked about Twitter a bit, and I've been getting some pushback from different people saying, "Hey, Trump said this is going to be done in 5 or 6 weeks. He's lying again. He has no plan. And I've just tried to kindly respond to him and said, I think he does have a plan. He did have the plan to get out in 5 or 6 weeks, but war is hard and war changes. You have to be ready to change your plans on a moment's notice. And I think Trump and his cabinet and the war people, they've all done that. So,
I want to stop real quick. I want to say something. Your internet connection right now is the worst it's ever been. And I got to tell you, I am 100% sold on Starlink right now.
I am too.
It's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. I always wondered if Starlink could handle it. Hey, Starlink is a great product. They are not sponsoring at all. I'm just saying that in general because I'm going to probably go to Starlink now. I know I'm going to put it in the RV when that whole thing gets going, but amazing. Yeah. I can see the difference right now.
Yeah. I got to agree with you. So I came into my office today and I was thinking, okay, we're going to get kind of back to normal. And it's like, wow, the internet is just terrible here. So I apologize for that. So it does make this show a little tougher. So let's keep slogging through though. So let's keep slogging through. There's some, so the Iran conflict, we'll find out more tonight, but it goes on.
Well, hey, it goes on, and you know what? With what we have done, and it's hard to talk about because I don't want to demean what's happened. We have lost 12 people. And that's really sad. And I don't want to demean that in any way, shape, or form. But with the amount of stuff that we're doing, it's any life is a big loss. Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't know how to say this. I don't want to sound cold or and I don't want to just say only, but the comparison to loss ratio to what we've done is low at this point. We do need to get it done. I mean, it needs to be done and it needs to be handled and they need a regime change in Iran. And I think that you're going to see other countries are going to get on board with this. I think that that's what's going to happen. More countries are going to get on board with this and it's going to go well. I really believe that.
Yeah. Yeah. I do too. So, fuel in California.
Yeah. How'd you like that?
We talk about this a lot. I drove through California and we have a diesel truck, we're pulling a trailer, $7.50 a gallon on average.
Yes.
It's just so stupid. You fill up your truck and it's $150 gone.
Right.
What do you do?
Right. And this is why groceries are so expensive. People don't understand this. This is not Trump's fault. This is not the Republicans' fault. This is Democratic policy's fault. Okay? Our gas is higher. Our utilities are higher. Everything's higher because of the fuel. Everything that gets to the stores that you pay for, that you buy, is trucked there by diesel trucks. And they do not get a price break. Okay? They don't, and that's why everything's so expensive. It's because of policies. These aren't Republican policies that are doing this. These are Democratic policies that have caused this to happen from Governor Dumbass Newsom. All right? And it continues to happen, and we continue to vote for him. And hey, that's on y'all. I mean, hey, I can't help you because you're really that stupid. And I hate to be like that, but this is the fact of the matter. You are really this stupid if you go put gas or fuel in your vehicle and you blame the Trump administration for this. If you blame the Iraq war for this, you got to remember there was other states that were at $1.93 a gallon, Dave, $1.93, and we were still paying $5 at the pump.
I mean, yeah, I have no words for it. It's just mind blowing how bad it is.
It's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. We can't even pay attention.
And Steve Hilton, who's running for governor in California, he keeps saying he's going to get your price of fuel down to $3 a gallon if you elect him.
Well, and
it's a big commitment.
So Swalwell's under full investigation. I have seen nothing on him running for governor anymore. Sarah, he's the corrupt DA that's running for it. Let me tell you this. I saw his campaign ad last night. You know what his campaign ad is? What did he say? Oh, I lowered healthcare. No, you didn't. Okay. Oh, and I've sued the Trump administration over 1,100 times. That's it. That's his whole commercial. Oh, okay. There's no messaging at all. And I don't see any Steve Hilton commercials. I see none at all. I have not seen or heard a commercial. And I watch Tubi, and I watch, I have a little bit of Netflix, but mostly Tubi and Prime. All I see is Democratic commercials. I don't see any Republican commercials at all. So either they're not spending the money that Tubi, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, if you start following Hilton on Facebook and Twitter, he is posting all of the time. So
Good.
I think his strategy is more social media. And because he's all over my feed.
I got kicked out of Steve Hilton's group and Chad Buck, that Chad guy. I got kicked out of his group too. Because I was asking questions that they didn't like. I guess evidently I'm not allowed to ask questions. I mean, to me, that's a democratic position. If you have a voter asking a question specifically, not accusatory, but saying, hey, if you run for governor, are you going to repeal the gas tax? That's a very valid question. So instead of answering the question, you just throw me out of the group. Yeah. What's that tell me? I'm sorry. But at least you took the time to throw me out. That means you heard me. That's one benefit.
So you've been thrown out of these two groups. Now you've been thrown out of Facebook. I don't know, Christian. You might have a pattern going here.
I wish that, and this is the thing. If I was being held accountable for doing something wrong, I would be okay with that. I really would. I really would. But I have a brand to protect. Like we have a brand to protect. So I'm very nice. Like like you were saying earlier today, I usually don't ever end a post without a smiley face or Jesus loves you or God bless you. I just don't do it. Because this is the deal. My number one worst nightmare is for a Democrat to think they triggered me in any way, shape, or form. Right. I've always taught my daughter, never let him see you sweat. So I might be ripping my whole house down, but you'll never know. You know what I mean? I mean, you never let him see you sweat. I mean, that's just how I live my life.
Hey, our show is sponsored by CDPFirearmsLLC.com. We really appreciate their support, and listen to this.
Looking for quality, performance, and reliability? Look no further than CDP Firearms LLC. Whether it's customized AR-15 parts, premium optics, or specialized ammunition, we have the gear to upgrade your shooting experience. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch products with expert-friendly service that you can trust. Visit us online at cdpfirearmsllc.com. CDP Firearms.
All right, Christian, I got a weird one for you. You ready for this?
Yeah.
In Alberta, can you hear me? Am I coming through? In Alberta, Canada, they have signed something like 172,000 petitions to secede from Canada and become their own sovereign country. Can you believe that? In Canada.
Well, yeah, I can because Canada sucks. They always have. The comedian always said that Canada's the loft apartment over the greatest party in the world. And they're right. It's because they're stupid. Like, when are people going to get this? I mean, I'm not asking you to become a Republican. I'm not asking that. I'm not asking you to change your views. I'm not asking that either. I'm asking you to take some time and look into what your party is doing. That's all I ask. And ask common sense questions. I don't want you to, I don't want you to go change. I don't want you to become a Republican. I don't want you to change your feelings. I don't want you to change your beliefs. I don't want any of that. What I want you to do is take a look at who you're voting for and use common sense to do it. That's it. That's not so hard. If you lack common sense, just pick the Republican. That's the best way to do it. I'll help you with that. I'm going to give you some advice. If you don't have common sense and you can't figure it out, just pick the Republican, because that guy's doing for you what needs to be done.
So I looked it up to see, has this ever happened in the United States? And there's actually two things going on right now. And you actually told me about one of them, the city of Jefferson in California. Or the state of Jefferson. The state of Jefferson. And so what they're trying to do is, and this has been going on for like 80 years. This has been happening for 80 years.
Right.
They took a little bit of a time off, and then it came back strong again in 2013. But they're trying to pull like 22 counties from Southern Oregon and Northern California that are east of all of the big metropolitan areas.
Right.
And so depending on how many counties they have involved in this, they could have either 500,000 people in this, or as many as like 2 million people in this state of Jefferson movement. And so again, I don't think it's going to happen, but there's a groundswell for stuff like this.
Because a lot of us would move there. If they pulled it off, a lot more people would move there.
And then there's another one. There's the Great Idaho movement, where they're talking to the counties that are in eastern Oregon, and they're talking about moving the Idaho border 200 miles west so these counties can be in Idaho. And that one, to me, I don't think it'll ever happen, but I could see that working because it's already got a state. They would just bring them into their state. Oregon would just completely probably fall off the map. But, anyway, so this is happening. These kind of things are going on, and there's a groundswell of support for them. Will it ever happen? Probably not. But it's kind of interesting that these kind of things could happen.
Well, what's Oregon going to do? Are they going to put the Oregon National Liberals out there? I mean, are they going to invade from Portland? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I saw a thing the other day, Dave, that literally 1/3 of all business has left Seattle. 1/3. They have a 33% vacancy rate in downtown Seattle. That's how bad it is.
Same thing in Portland.
Right. Hey, we could probably buy a building there really cheap.
Yeah, but who wants to?
Yeah, Well, if I had the money, I would, because I would just put I put a giant cross down there, and I put Trump's picture all over it, and basically just call it the trigger. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's what I would do. Like I said, I would be a horrible billionaire. I want you to know that. Like, I tell you, Elon is a much better man than me. All right, actually, all billionaires. There is not a billionaire on the planet that is better than that. They're all better than me, because I would be devastating as a billionaire. These people would be going crazy. Man, I would drive them insane.
I think let's go down to the trigger for a party. I mean, I think that's great.
Right.
Naming the building the trigger. That's incredible.
Yeah. Put a big cross, and it's not hard. That's the best part about it. It's really not that hard. It's really easy. All you would need is a cross. If you have money, like I said, I'm a horrible billionaire. Horrible. I would just do things to piss people off. Like, for real. Like, and that's why I've always said, I mean, God forbid I ever get Elon's money. Oh my God. Oh, it would be unbelievable what I would do. Right? And nobody would get hurt. I would just, listen, By the time I was done, you give me 6 months with Elon's money, our mental institutions will be fully funded in full. And the Democratic Party be gone. I mean, that's how easy it is. Yeah, it's how easy it is. It's so easy.
All right. Well, I think we've gone to the ridiculous. So let's wrap this baby up. I'm sorry for my internet, but go ahead, Christian. Give some thank yous out.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Thanks to everybody. Admins, get to me. I'm gonna message you guys. I can't message, by the way. I can't. It's hit or miss. So I need Steve. I need you to message everybody in the group and have them send me their addresses again, so that I can get their stuff out to them. I can't do it. I can't do anything. I'm in jail, absolutely in jail. I'm like a criminal at this point. But that's all right. I don't care. And thank you guys, admins, the moderators, everybody for all your help with support. Thank you all for the support. I really appreciate it. And I still see it. The videos are still rolling, so that's good. They haven't done that. If you see my post, try to share it to groups if you can. You probably won't be able to. But please do. Thank you all for your support, and God bless our troops, and President Trump and everything that's going on. And you know what? God bless you, Dave, and God bless America.
God bless America. Have a great day, everybody, and great week, and a great rest of the week.
We'll see you Saturday.
Yep.
Another politically motivated mini video from G-Man Production Group. Join us for our next adventure on a G-Man Production Group mini video. Gen X Unhinged. Get your bling now. Looking for quality, performance, and reliability? Look no further than CDP Firearms, LLC. Whether it's customized AR-15 parts, premium optics, or specialized ammunition, we have the gear to upgrade your shooting experience. We pride ourselves on providing top-notch products with expert-friendly service that you can trust. Visit us online at cdpfirearmsllc.com. CDP Firearms. Gen X Unhinged is sponsored by cdpfirearmsllc.com. Gen X Unhinged is a weekly podcast hosted by Christian Cole and David Cole. Join us online at genxunhinged.com, on Facebook at Gen X Unhinged Group, or download on Apple, Spotify, or Amazon Podcasts.